Hello, what's up everyone, hope you're all doing well. So as usual, we are going to hide our eyebrows, and I'm using a glue stick, and you want to get them as flat and as smooth as possible. Then I'm taking some concealer. I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer for this, and you just want to simply hide them. You want to dab the product so that you don't swipe it away. All the products will be listed in the description box below, by the way. Next, I'm grabbing the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I'm just going to paint on my eyebrows. I'm making them so that they're quite large and dramatic, and they are much higher than my natural brows. I'm then grabbing the NYX Ultimate Brights eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to grab a angled brush, and I'm just going to pack the pigment on. So I'm literally just packing on the pink, and then I'm just going to pack on some black on the ends of the brows. And then I'm just going to go in with a fine detailed eyeshadow brush and just blend the colours together so that it has a nice soft transition. That's why I used eyeshadows as well, to give it that nice ombre effect. Next, you kind of want to prime your eyes and paint them at the same time. I'm using the same pencil, and I'm literally just going to pack it on whilst also defining underneath my brow as well. So you really want to clean up and sharpen the edges. I'm then also painting the shape of what the eyeshadow is going to be. So I'm creating kind of like this sharp corner where my brow begins. And the reason why I'm using this product is because it's got a nice thick consistency, perfect for applying eyeshadow, and I also wanted a white base. So then grabbing my eyeshadows, I'm then just going to take my brush and just pack on some pigments around the crease area of my eye. I'm using lots and lots of dabbing motions to get a nice soft transition, and as you can see, I'm using purples and blues. Next, taking an angled brush and some black eyeshadow, I'm just going to apply this on the inner corner, on the inner part of my, I don't even know how to explain it. Like on the inside of my eyebrow, underneath, yeah. So I'm just grabbing some black, and I'm literally going to apply this around the edges and fade it out, and then also apply some blue as well. So this is going to create some serious depth and make it look sharp as hell. And then of course you want to do exactly the same on the other eye. So this time I'm applying some different colours. That's the only difference that I'm actually doing. So I'm applying some turquoise, some yellow, some green, and whatever you want. Next, this time I'm going to grab some white face paint. I'm using the Ben Nye Magic Cake, and you want to create the clouds. It's very simple, you just want to paint them on, and you really want to sharpen and define the shapes this time. So you want to paint the rest of your eyelid in white, and then very importantly, I'm going back in with some eyeshadow, and I'm just going to apply this on the outer edges of my eye. I'm going to apply the colour first, and then I'm going to apply some black, and the black is what's going to create some serious depth and make the cloud look as if it's kind of fading into the eyeshadow. Next, moving on to the eyeliner, I'm grabbing the NYX Vivid Brights liners, and I'm just going to create a wing. But actually this is going to be different to a usual wing, because I'm kind of just doing my eyelid area, and then I'm going in with some black. I'm using the NYX Epic Ink Liner, and I'm going to create the rest of the wing. So it goes from a blue to a black. And then moving back onto the eyeshadow, I'm just grabbing a really tiny little brush and some black paint, and I'm just going to really sharpen up and define the cloud and give it some depth. This tiny little bit of detail makes the biggest difference, because it really does separate the cloud from the eyeshadow and brings it out so much more. And then of course you want to do exactly the same on the other side. Next, I'm grabbing some white cream paint and a blender, and I'm just going to really gently apply this underneath my eyes, on my chin, and just the general highlighted areas. This is just going to make myself look a little bit more pale and just give myself some highlight as well. And then I'm also applying this onto the contour areas, but this time quite heavy, because this is just preparing for applying eyeshadow later on. So I'm kind of like priming my skin for colour. So now I'm just going to apply some eyeshadow onto the contoured areas, and I'm using quite a wide eyeshadow brush for this. And you literally just want to pack on the pigment. I decided to go for eyeshadow because I thought it was really nice and easy to kind of blend them together, and I'm just using a variation of different colours, kind of randomising it. Again, you want to use lots and lots of dabbing motions and circular motions as well. Next, grabbing the NYX SFX Creme colour in pink, I'm just going to use a blender, and I'm just going to apply this onto my forehead area, focusing on the outer edges. So again, it's like contouring with colour. I'm then going to do exactly the same technique onto my jawline using blue and pink, a mixture of the both. Moving back onto the eyes, I'm taking the same Vivid liner that I used before and I'm just going to apply this underneath my eye, leaving around like a 2-3mm gap from my eye. And here I'm just sharpening up my brows with an eyeliner, and as you can see, this is where I fade out the colour. Next I'm going to grab kind of like some glitter glue, and then I'm going to apply this underneath my eye, and then taking some glitter I'm just going to apply this. So I'm creating the effect so it's kind of like I'm crying glitter. And then for the other eye I'm just taking a bunch of different NYX Vivid Bright colours, and I'm going to create these lines coming from my eye. Once you're happy with that, I'm then just going in with a white face paint, and I'm just going to really sharpen up and define that white line. Moving on to the nose, I'm going to grab the NYX SFX Creme colours and I'm going to create this cute little nose, and then I'm going to create a line coming from it that attaches to my mouth, and then I'm going to apply some lipstick onto the top half of my lips, and then for the bottom half I'm going to apply pink instead. Grabbing some white face paint and a fine brush, I'm going to create some stars and sparkles onto the eyeshadow area. So that's kind of like these diamondy shapes and some circles as well. Some are going to be bigger and some are going to be smaller, and some of them are even going to be like shooting stars as well. And then I'm going to take this down onto my face as well and almost create like freckles, kind of. And then I'm applying this to like the contour areas as well. And this is just going to create a really magical feel. I'm also adding some blue dots as well. Moving on to the neck and chest, so I'm going to grab a blender and some white, and I'm very simply just going to dab some of the white on, but I'm not actually completely coating my entire neck and chest, I'm only kind of putting it in some certain areas. And this is just going to kind of create like a patchy, kind of skin tone, kind of white feel. And then next you want to take a bunch of different water-based paints and splatter it and make it drip all over your neck and chest. Yeah! And as you can see, my backdrop has disappeared for obvious reasons. By the way, check out my coffin shelves. And I have trolls on them as well. I absolutely adore trolls. No, I'm not talking about Trolls, the movie that we get nowadays. I'm actually talking about the retro, old-fashioned vintage trolls. The proper ones. Okay, enough of the whiffle waffle waffle, let's get our unicorn on. So, grabbing a unicorn horn, just casually as you do, lying around the house. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to make a proper video on how to make a unicorn horn, so please keep your eyes peeled if you'd like to know. I'm just going to wipe away the makeup on my forehead area, and I'm just going to use literally toilet roll and some liquid latex to apply it. You just want to kind of do like a paper mache technique, so you want to soak the toilet roll in some latex and apply this around the base area, and then just keep applying more pieces of toilet roll. Now that the latex is dry, I'm just going to grab some either foundation or you can use some concealer, and you want to completely cover the tissue. Also, you want to get the latex as smooth and as flat as possible to make it look as realistic as you can, but if it looks really bumpy and stuff, you can easily cover it with glitter. I mean, glitter can fix your life problems. Also very important, you want to apply your lashes. Honestly, I don't know when they just magically appeared, but they did. Probably because I'm a unicorn now. But yeah, don't forget to do that. And then for the final touch-ups, I'm just going to insert a safety pin through my lip piercing that I already have. Don't insert this if you don't have a piercing already. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you found it helpful as well. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and also feel free to hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget I have an Instagram at gothspectrum, and finally, I will see you next time.